they don't tell you about the critical mistakes that can turn that dream vacation into a frustrating, expensive, or even a risky trip or nightmare. Now, before you think about booking your flight, you need to understand the side of Curaçao most travel guides won't ever mention. I want you to not forget. From the one mistake that could cost you hundreds in your first 24 hours to the safety illusion that trips you so many tourists. Now, this is the guide we wish we actually had before we travel down there. I wish I paid attention. Now, stick with us because what we are about to share will completely change how you plan your visit to this beautiful but complicated island. Yes, guys. Don't visit Curacao until you watch this. Yes, you've seen the pictures. That impossible blue water, the postcard perfect row of candy-colored buildings in Williamstead. That's all we're going to be discussing today. Every travel brochure and Instagram post sells you the same dream about Curaçao. Look, that dream is real. But it's only one half of the story. Everyone shows you this, but they don't tell you about this. They don't tell you about the critical mistakes that can turn that dream vacation into a frustrating, expensive, or even a risky trip or nightmare. Now, before you think about booking your flight, you need to understand the side of Curaçao most travel guides won't ever mention. Yeah, we just got back. As you can see, we just got back. Trust us, what we learned is essential. I had fun out there and I came back full of energy. Now, in this video, guys, this podcast, we are breaking down the surprising downsides and the absolute non-negotiable tips that you will make or break your trip, right? Now, we're going beyond the pretty picture to give you the practical, honest advice you actually will need when you're traveling. Now, I want you to not forget, from the one mistake that could cost you hundreds in your first 24 hours to the safety illusion that trips you so many tourists, so many of you guys. Now, this is the guide we wish we actually had before we travel down there. Because, I wish I had. I wish I paid attention. Now, stick with us because what we are about to share will completely change how you plan your visit to this beautiful but complicated island. First of all, want to shout out to islandvacs.com. That's islandvacas.com for all our smart travelers. That's where our smart travelers actually plan stress-free vacations. And that's with expert guidance, exclusive perks as well, and also a personal touch like no other from yours truly, right? Now, from all-inclusive Caribbean escapes to business class trips, book your next getaway at islandvacs.com. That's islandvacas.com. Check us out at the bottom of the page, right? islandvacs.com. We appreciate all your support, right? Now, guys, we are going to start the journey today. Let's get right into it. All right. Now, first, guys, we're going to start with the car rental conundrum. A non-negotiable necessity. I'll tell you that much. The first thing you need to get straight in your head is this. Renting a car in Curaçao is not a suggestion, it's a requirement. Thinking you could get around without one is the single biggest mistake that will limit your entire vacation. All right? Words to the wise. Let me be clear. Curacao is not a walkable island. You can't walk around the entire island. It's too big, all right? It might look small on the map, but the places you want to go are spread far and wide. At least when I say far and wide, like 15 minutes, right? Here's the reality. You won't see the travel guides, the island's infrastructure just isn't built for tourists without their own wheels. Need to be able to navigate in Williamstead, right? In Curacao. Public transportation is very limited, doesn't run on a reliable schedule, and mainly serves local commuting to and from Williamstead, not tourists trying to beach hop. And I can say that I did see some buses. The buses don't go to many of the famous remote beaches, and the schedules are rare. Shall we say more of a vague suggestion than a timetable? So don't depend on it. All right. You know how we do in the Caribbean. Timing, no. I did see some buses, but I wouldn't say to depend on it. You need your wheels to be able to move around. I mean, you could burn hours of your precious vacation time waiting for a ride that might never come. Okay. Now you're thinking, I'll just probably call a taxi or something like that. Taxis are actually expensive in Williamstead. That's a mistake. Taxis in Curacao aren't metered. They use flat rates set by the government, which sounds fine, but the fares are high and can really rack up. And they're also random as well. Now, a one-way ride, let me see, from Zoitre Resort to Club Live. But, 10 o'clock. Yeah, around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Could have easily set you back about 36 US or more. 1 week. And that's just like 5-10 minutes. Imagine doing that every day if you're down there for 5 days, right? You could spend more on taxis in 3 days than you would on a week-long car rental. That's why we're giving you this advice. You have to agree on a fare before you get in every single time, or you could be in for a very nasty surprise. Let's just say that. All right. Now, without your own car, you're essentially trapped in the hotel. That's all you're going to see, and you're going to think that's Curacao. And no, it's not. Place nice, place very exciting. Now, you're stuck near your hotel or mercy of the expensive and inconvenient taxi system, and you don't want to be going through that when you're traveling. Fortunately, our driver gave me a number to call them, even at 3 p.m., 3 a.m., my bad. And he was there like in 15 minutes too. So he got there real quick. I must say, he was really, really reliable. So big up to yourself, my taxi driver in Curacao that brought us to the club. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much, buddy. The real magic of Curacao is the freedom to find a hidden cove to watch the sunset at Playa 40, to stop at a local spot for a fresh pastiche is completely lost if you don't have a ride, right? Or you wouldn't be able to just take off like us to the West Coast beach. They go snorkeling out there. It's amazing out at that point. But we got there kind of late at night, so we have to go back and enjoy it. But it was amazing out there, right? So if you don't have a tie, if you don't have your own rental out in Curacao, you're kind of like doomed to the hotel, pretty much. So here's the fix. Book a rental car, and you don't have to book it online way in advance. Even if you're traveling during the high season, which is from December to April, right? That's the time it's very busy down there. It's not always cheaper online. Definitely not always cheaper online, because I had a very good connect down there and we got a very good rental. It was amazing, right? Dollars per day. We suggest picking it up like your rental from a local, because that's what I would say travel for, to support the system, so support the local people and everything else. So I would say support the locals, support the locals. Oh, you can get one from the airport. Or you could book with us as well. Don't forget that. You could book with us and get your rental at islandvacas.com. That's ISLANDVACAS.com. This immediately saves you $20 to $40 taxi just on your arrival headed to the hotel, right? If you didn't do like an all-inclusive transfer. So, like I said, we have some friends down there. They could help you with getting a rental at any resort. Now, what kind of car should you get? You don't need a massive vehicle. You don't need a massive 4x4. But would advise against the cheapest, tiniest economic car. Even if we had one down there, you just can't get to certain points. The roads to some of the best beaches can be unpaved, or there are some very big bumps and riddled with potholes. So you have to be aware of that. A car with a little more clearance, like a compact SUV or a sturdy sedan, will make your drives much, much more comfortable. All right. Now, when you book, pay attention to the insurance, a college collision damage waiver, CDW. Don't forget that is often required. That's just for your protection. You know, nothing's going to happen, but you want to make sure. You just want to make sure. And be ready for the gas station. Yes, it's different in different countries. Many are full service and require you to pay in advance. You need to prepay with cash. US dollars or guilders. Guilders is the local currency. Before they turn on the pound. It's a little quirk, but it can catch you off guard if you're not ready. Renting with Curacao for a beautiful island into a paradise of exploration. Now, it is the key that unlocks everything. A rental in Curaçao. It's amazing. Trust me. Go in and out wherever you want. It's free out there. It's beautiful out there. The people are amazing out there. And you could stop by food trucks and stuff. It's amazing out there. So that's why. Now, we want to say thanks to Scony.com. This episode is also brought to you by Scony.com, right? Sustainable light travel shoes. Perfect for the beach days and the Gulf days and the city walk, right? I personally love how comfortable they are, and for exploring all day in the Caribbean heat or the Florida heat as well. Travel light, smart. Visit Scony. Don't forget to use our code Island Vacation. That's one word, ISLANDVACAS, right? And that's for 10% off your pay. Check it out. Check it out. Now, next we're going to go on to the currency confusion that costs you money in Curacao. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about money. This is a subtle trap that can quietly drain your wallet if you aren't paying attention. The official currency is Netherlands Antilles Guilder, right? Because it's a Dutch island, ANG. But US dollars are accepted almost everywhere in the world, almost everywhere. Now, this sounds convenient, but It's where you can lose money, and nobody loves losing money. Here's the problem. The official exchange rate is fixed at about $1.80 ANG, that's the guilder, to $1 USD. So the US is a little bit higher, right? But many businesses uses a tourist exchange rate, often rounded it to 175 ANG to the dollar, and that's normal. It doesn't sound like much, but you're losing a little on every single transaction. A 180 ANG dinner should be $100. At their 175 rate, you'll pay over $102. It's just about $2, but it will add up meal after meal, right? So if you're able to get the guilder and able to pay in that rate, it would be easier for you. Now, the tourist rate, that's normal. From Bahamas to Jamaica, Blessings to Jamaica, St. Lucia, Antigua, Dominica, Trinidad, everywhere around the world, there's a tourist rate and there's a bank rate. So that's normal. They're not trying to rip you off. That's just how it is everywhere, right? Now, on top of that, if you pay in US dollars, you will almost always get your change back in guilders. Sorry about that. Your change back in guilders. They'll always give you a change back in guilders. Yeah, very few places you'll get it back in US. Now, you're stuck with their local currency that you got at a bad rate. You could collect the currencies. I do that as well for souvenir purposes. Just collect it. That's also awesome as well. Also, many small spots like eateries, beach bars, market vendors are also just cash only. Only cash. Yeah. Now, you could, showing up with just a credit card won't really work. Yeah, it won't really work. So you need to try and have some cash on you. That's just a thing of life. It's wise to have cash on you all the time because you just never know, right? So here's how to handle it. First, use a credit card with no foreign transaction fees whenever you can, especially for big ticket items like hotels or scuba trips or spa trips, or if you buy a bag for your wife, your card company will give you the best rate, right? Now, for smaller purchases, like just use cash. Cash is king. Our advice. Yeah, a hybrid approach. Go to a bank ATM when you arrive and pull out a good amount of guilders, or just do it at the airport, at the exchange places, right? Use this local cash for tax, entries, and snacks. Now, it's respectful and gets you the correct price. However, keep a small stash of bills like ones, fives, and tens for TP when you run out of guilders. That's just my advice, right? Especially ones. Yeah. Just be ready to get change in your local currency. Just be ready and stick to bank ATMs. The standalone ones on the street often have crazy fees, or sometimes they might not work. I had some issues last with one, but I could use the card and pay for stuff in the store. Being smart about your money means you have more of it to spend, but actually enjoy the vacation, right? Now, let's give another big ups to our friends at ericjavits.com. Travel fashion matters, especially on the Caribbean sun. Check out ericjavits.com below, right? And they're known for the designed hats and sun protection accessories, right? The signature packable hat is actually the lady's personal go-to for tropical trips. It looks stylish while staying safe under the sun with Eric Javits. And it has that foldable design, which they've patented, which is amazing. You know, you could put your hat, it gets deformed. They've mastered that, right? So thank you, Eric Javits. Now, we're going to go to the next section, guys, the safety illusion. The safety illusion. Beyond the results, that is. Now, this is the one we actually get Right. So Curacao is safe. Curacao is very, very safe. Statistically, yes. For years, the U.S. Department has often listed it as a level 1 destination. And that's actually the lowest and safest at the advisory level. But here's what the stats don't tell you. The feeling of a complete safety can make you careless. Don't forget that, right? Because you're putting your guards down. And in Curacao, it is safe. Very, 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 very safe. Yeah, the main risk for tourists isn't violent crime, property crime. Car break-ins are the number one issue, especially at beaches. So you have to be mindful. You drive to a stunning, secluded cove, lock your car, and head for the water. But don't leave your expensive backpack on the seat. It happens every day in every country, and it's almost always preventable. It's always preventable. Don't leave your expensive stuff on the backpack of your seat. That doesn't make sense. Somebody will see it and just break the glass. This isn't to get you scared or anything like that. It's to make you aware of what's going on around you. Travel advisories can also change. So it's smart to check the latest U.S. State Department guidance before you trip, right? So here's how to actually be smart and not be scared. First, your rental car is just a way to get around, like a bicycle, literally, not a storage unit. Leave nothing in it. Leave nothing in it. No bags, no chargers, not even loose change, nothing. When you park at a beach, leave your glove box and center console wide open to show it is empty. Trick, right? So locals can even know while they're passing, hey, God, I ain't got nothing in this. The locals even leave their cars unlocked, thinking it's better than a broken window, right? Now, that's your call. But the main idea is to actually make your car the most boring target in the parking lot. Second, your valuables, passports, extra cash, electronics, these things belong in the hotel safe. Pre-hotel as a safe. Keep it in the hotel safe. All right? Don't carry your passport with you. A photo of it on your phone is absolutely fine for ID. Just take the cash you need for the day and one credit card, and you're good to go travel, right? Third, be aware of your surroundings, especially in a crowded part of Williamstead or at night. Avoid walking in poorly lit areas or isolated beaches that are kind of like dark and stuff. Mambo Beach has an amazing nightlife. It's crazy out there, and you should definitely enjoy it. So don't be scared of anything that I'm telling you right there, right? It's just to keep you away. Fourth, for solo female travelers, you might get some catcalling, or you'll perceive it as verbal harassment. It's usually just an annoyance at times, but a firm no, thank you, while you keep walking is best way to keep it just cordial and handle it. Or just say hi, right? A polite, just meant flirty, tropical man. Now, Curacao is a safe place to visit, but only if you drop the idea that you're in a bubble and travel with your eyes open. Your awareness is what ensures a great trip, right? That's what ensures a great trip. Now, take, guys, the edge off your day with Shimmerwood beverages, sparkling, adaptogenic drinks that help you unwind, stay balanced, and feel refreshed while traveling. Whether you're exploring Curacao or unwinding at home, grab a can of Shimmerwood and chill smarter. I drink it almost every night. Me and the wife stay drinking it. So we're not just talking about it. Check them out at shimmerwood.com. calm, right? There will actually help you feel de-stressed, right? THC infused. Thank you, Shimon. Now, okay, quick pause, guys. We're getting into the nitty-gritty details, and that genuinely protects your trip and your wallet. If you're finding this advice valuable and you want to travel smarter, do us a quick favor and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and click the bell so you know the notification of when we post it. We work hard and go beyond the basic guides so you can have an amazing trip, guys, and have the knowledge in advance. That's why we do it. We've always done it like that. Your support, however, helps us to better and keeps us going. We need your support on YouTube for the podcast, please, right? So that we can get monetized. Now, all right, back to the next mistakes you need to avoid when traveling to Curacao. Choosing your home, the mistake that defines your entire trip. Whether you stay in Curacao does more than anything else to define your trip. The island has totally different zones, each with its own vibe. The biggest mistake is booking a hotel based on a credit picture, only to realize you're in a place that's the complete opposite of what you want. That's the worst thing, right? Let's break it down. So you have the city life of Williamston, the resort bubble of Gentile, and also Mambo Beach, and the wild, natural vibe of West Point, right? That's all different. All those things different. And I was in the center. If you want quiet, natural beaches, but book a hotel in Gentile, you're going to be disappointed. Gentile is lively. They're lively. It's developed and also it's commercial. It's great if you want high energy and restaurants at your fingertips. But it's not a peaceful escape, right? On the flip side, if you love having a dozen restaurants to walk to, but book a secluded villa in West Point, you feel isolated. West Point has the most stunning natural beaches like Nip and Curaçao. I didn't get a chance to go to those. Next time. It's a paradise for divers. But there are very few restaurants, zero nightlife, and the nearest big grocery store is 35 minutes drive, which is not bad, but it's kind of far on a little island like that. Then there's the Peter Mai district in Williamston. That's actually UNESCO World Heritage Site. That's similar to like the Pitons. That's why they protect a site, right? With restored mansions turned into boutique hotels, amazing restaurants, and also cool cocktail bars. It's perfect for foodies and culture lovers. But you'll have to actually drive to the best beaches, right? You can see some of the stuff on TikTok, on our TikTok page, right? The solution is actually to be honest with yourself about what you want before you book. For foodies and culture lovers, stay in Pintermai district, right? You will be surrounded by islands, the island's best dining and history. For our social butterflies and resort lovers, you could stay in Gentile or near Mambo Beach. It's convenient and great for families, but less authentic, and it's also more crowded, right? Now, for nature lovers and let's say adventurers, stay in West Point or Lagoon. This is for you if you actually dream day hiking, diving, and also like watching sunsets from a cliff. That sounds nice. It's a rugged, real Curacao. The real deal. Now, let's not forget for a balanced mix. Look areas like Piscadero Bay, or Blue Bay. They offer a compromise with nice resorts, but are still a reasonable drive from both Williamston and also the Western Beaches. Not too far, right? Now, booking the wrong place can actually lead to some much frustration. Get this right, and the rest of your trip will actually fall right into place. We actually stayed at Zoitre Resort. Sorry, but I'm stumbling over words. It was awesome, which was, I would say, mid-island and very convenient. 15 minutes downtown, 20 minutes we're up north, right? Now, we want to say thank you to CozyEarth.com and allglory.com. This podcast is actually supported by CozyEarth.com, ultra soft bamboo bedding and loungewear that makes jet lag recovery feel like luxury. Use our code Island Vacation for an exclusive discount of like 45%. If I'm not mistaken, yes, that is CozyEarth.com. And special thank you, a very first special thank you to also allglory.com. We appreciate you. Your go for high quality patriotic gear and apparel, old school apparel, and also proudly made and worn. Visit allglory.com to show your style and spirit whenever you travel, right? You can actually relive your childhood with some of the apparel. Now, the sun is not your friend. A burn you would forget. You'll be shocked by how many people ruin their vacation by underestimating the Caribbean sun. In Curaçao and in other islands as well, but I saw it in Curaçao. The problem isn't just about getting a little pink. It's getting a painful blistering sunburn that keeps you stuck in your room. Or of course, I mean, I don't have this problem, so I can't really relate to it, but it doesn't look fun because it's just going to make you stay in your room. Now, Curacao is only, guys, 12 degrees from the equator. 12 degrees from the equator. That's pretty close. The sun is incredibly intense, right? It might be more intense than people think. Way more than most people are used to. Because that's not normal. And everybody don't live that close to the equator. And you're coming from the northern hemisphere of the planet. So yeah, not very. Even on a cloudy day, the UV index is still sky high, right? That cool ocean breeze is the sun's ultimate trick. You don't feel yourself burning until it's way too late. Just 30 minutes of unprotected sun between noon and 3 p.m. can be enough to actually wreck your skin. You don't want that. You're on vacation. You got to take care of your skin. You want to take care of yourself. Now, it's not just about you. Sunscreens with chemicals like oxybenzone are proven to damage coral reefs. So using the wrong kind actually contributes to the destruction of the very ecosystem you came to use. So here's your sun plan. And some of us need it. First, get a reef safe sunscreen, SPF 50 or higher. Look for a mineral-based one with zinc oxide or titanium oxide. Put it on 20 minutes, before you actually go out or put on any stuff on you. And reapply it every couple of hours and always after you swim. No excuse. And that applies to some people, not everybody, right? Second, sunscreen is not enough. When you're in Curaçao, it's not enough. Find shade during the peak midday hours. Plan your beach time for the morning or also late night. Or at the beach in the night as well. All right, there's no sharks or anything like that in the water. Third, bring a physical cover. A wide brim hat isn't optional. This is a short brim hat. You probably want one bigger than that, right? It isn't optional. It's actually essential. Get polarized sunglasses as well. Get polarized sunglasses. That is important because the UV light from the sun can actually mess up your eyes. And I'm seriously considering a long sleeved rash guard or shirt, like a swim shirt. It's the best way to protect yourself while snorkeling, right? Fourth, hydrate constantly. You gotta hydrate, and not just with alcohol. You gotta hydrate with juice, and not forget the most important thing: water, agua, glue, water, agua, water, right? The tap water in Curacao is perfectly safe and very high quality, very high quality because it's desalinated water. So bring a reusable bottle and keep filling it up. Don't let a nasty sunburn be your main souvenir from Curacao. Also, you can get some aloes. Get it in the market or ask some staff. Now, guys, to conclude, so after all these warnings, the car theft, the currency traps, the need for a car, is Curacao still worth visiting? I say absolutely. 100%. As you see, I came back for sure, right? The point of this isn't to actually scare you. It's to prepare you. A prepared traveler is a confident traveler, and that's what lets you really soak in the magic of the island. Curacao isn't a prepackaged theme park vacation. It's a real complex and incredibly rewarding place. It asks for a little effort, but it gives you back much more. Just a little effort is all it's asked for. Now, we've covered the essentials, guys. You have a rent-a-car. You need to be smart with your money. You have to be vigilant with your belongings, and you need to respect the power of the sun and the sea. Very important to not take it for granted, right? You're in the Caribbean. The sun is not going to play with you, neither will the sea. Now, keep these things and make the trip better. It frees you from the stress that catches so many other people. It also lets you relax on the perfect beach, knowing your stuff is safe. It lets you explore that winding country road, knowing you have the right car for it. Trust me, it's fun. Maybe, and just maybe, I like to drive in different countries. Just maybe. Honestly, guys, even with all these things to watch out for, Curacao it has been one of the favorite islands I've been to in the Caribbean, I could say, honestly. It was actually amazing. Now, we love the freedom of driving west, no plan, finding one beautiful cove and another, and also meeting some of the ancestors, the Indians, and them telling us about stories about their land and showing us pictures. That was one of the most beautiful things for me. It was an amazing experience. I appreciate that. I plan on going back and see them. We love the energy of Leave nightclub. We love the beautiful people and beaches. This is an island of beautiful contrast. And being prepared is what lets you enjoy that you can. So yes, book a flight, book it with your eyes wide open, keep knowing that you're going on an adventure and you're going to love it as well. Yes. Hope this guides you guys and this actually helps you have an incredible trip, and I wish the best for you. Now, we want to also hear from you. Very important to me. Have you ever been to Curacao? Let us know in the comments. What's your number one tip? Also, drop it in the comments, all the platforms, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, right? Facebook. Your advice might just be one thing that could help another traveler have a perfect vacation. Thank you for watching and travel safe, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Island Vacation Travel Podcast. Don't forget to share your stories about Curaçao and also share some tips with us as well in the comments. Your insight might help, as I said, a traveler make the most out of their journey. And you know that is going to be appreciated. Until next time, I am Alan, Philogene, helping travelers and businesses plan smarter, stress-free trips with a personal touch and also global insights. That's how we have fun in the sun. Don't forget to visit our website, islandvacays.com. That's ISLANDVACAS.com to start your next adventure today. We appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one.